Welcome to the www.theirbig4accountingfirms.com podcast. Today we are going to be going over KPMG's 2016 financial results. Big Four accounting firm, KPMG, announced global revenues of $25.42 billion for their fiscal year ended September 30, 2016. This is an increase of almost $1 billion of revenue when compared to their $24.44 billion of revenues for 2015. This represents a growth of about 8% in local currency terms and real growth of about 4%. The mix of revenue was $10.12 billion in audit, $9.74 in advisory and $5.56 in tax. Advisory had the most growth for KPMG. Advisory grew by 11.5% in 2016. Advisory grew from $9.1 billion in revenue in 2015 to $9.74 billion in 2016. Tax had the second largest growth with 8.8% growth. Tax grew from $5.31 billion in 2015 to $5.56 in 2016. KPMG's audit practice grew by 4.5%. KPMG Audit grew from $10.03 billion to $10.12 billion. Now let's go over revenue by region. KPMG has 3 regions for measuring financial results. Those regions are Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, Americas and Asia. KPMG's best performing region was their Europe, Middle East, and Africa region. That region earned $11.34 billion. The next largest region was the Americas region with $10.02 billion in revenue. KPMG's smallest region was the Asia Pacific region. This region brought in $4.06 billion. KPMG's Asia Pacific region saw the highest growth rate with a 9.8% growth rate. The Americas had the second most growth with a growth rate of 9.6%. Now let's go over the number of employees results that KPMG also released in these results. The number of employees working at KPMG grew to 189,000 in 2016. This represents a growth of about 8.6% in head count. KPMG had 9,843 partners as of their fiscal year ended September 30, 2016. That is a growth of about 400 partners compared to the 9,445 KPMG partners in 2015. KPMG professionals. The number of non-partner KPMG professionals grew from 134,064 to 147,028 in 2016. Support staff grew from 30,456 to 32,111 in 2016. KPMG people by region. KPMG's Europe, Middle East and Asia region has the most employees with 96,404 people. Their Americas region has the second most people with 54,111. Asia has the least number of employees with 38,467. Let's compare KPMG's results to the other Big Four accounting firms' revenue. Deloitte had revenues of $36.8 billion in 2016. PwC announced revenues of $35.9 billion for their fiscal year ended 2016. They only grew revenues by about $500 million from their 2015 revenue number of $35.4 billion. EY had revenues of $29.6 billion in 2016. This is growth of almost $1 billion from their revenue of $28.7 billion in 2015. As you can see, KPMG lags behind all of their Big Four counterparts. Let's compare KPMG's number of employees to the other Big Four accounting firms' number of employees. Deloitte had 244,400 employees as of their 2016 financial report. The number of employees working at PwC in 2016 was 223,000. The number of employees working at EY in 2016 was 230,800. KPMG had a decent year in that they grew by about $1 billion. They did not gain that much ground on the other Big Four accounting firms though. They did perform better than PwC with real dollar growth. KPMG is going to need to be more aggressive to ever be able to compete with the other accounting firms on a true scale. That's all we have for today. Thanks for listening. Make sure to visit our webpage www.thebigfouraccountingfirms.com and give us a review on iTunes if you like what you hear.